the years 2000. We're going to talk about, and we are going to talk about The Family Man. To my left is
Bran Bran.
Oh my God, the intensity is just so. To my right is
Christopher Lee.
Very good. This week I'm pretty excited about this one. This is in Bran Bran's backyard, not literally, but it's
right
really?
there.
yes. I don't know if you want to say. Well, now people know what city you live in because we're having microphone breweries. Imperial smells like bean spirit.
Looks like I have to move again. So thank you.
Breakfast stout ale with Vermont maple syrup. Tugboat coffee roasters. Sumatra Mandhelling blend.
Yeah, those are just random words at the bottom line there.
Yeah, kind
This is
of.
exciting.
I'm very excited about this one.
Wow.
Let me see that.
Yes.
So it's like each one of those things, it's like, well, first of all, I like stouts, so that's awesome. But it's like, oh, like a beer with maple. It's like, okay, that could be good. And like a beer with coffee. Okay, that could be good. The fact that's combined, we'll see.
Yeah.
I was half expecting you to be like with, maple syrup, coffee beans, and French toast or something like
Oh, actually, I don't know.
I was getting hungry thinking of it, so.
and hash browns.
You guys vamp while I do this. Or you can just watch me open this. That's fine.
So, just watch you struggle. We watched The Family Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is good because I watched 30 minutes of a movie called A Family Man, which stars Gerald Butler. Gerald Butler.
Jared.
This is Sparta.
And
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. And Nick Cage is not in that movie, so I was kind of confused.
When's he going to show up?
But so A Family Man came out in 2016. The Family Man came out in 2001, 2000.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah.
So 2 different movies.
Yeah. Very, I like, so it's a lot of New York-ish area.
Yes.
And it was very strange because now when you drop someone off at the airport, they get out of your car and that's it.
Yeah.
This is, you still see here, he's able to walk right in, right, like the whole way.
Yeah.
Like, get through no
Walked up right to the
problems.
gate.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, man, don't see that anymore. It's crazy.
I got a good chuckle though because the movie starts off with Nicolas Cage and his girlfriend are at the airport, and they're she's like, oh, don't go on that plane, and Nick Cage is like, oh, I'm gonna go on that plane. And then he goes, I need to go for my internship. I was like, how old are you?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be, I think, college age, but it's Nicolas Cage.
Right.
So he's so not.
Yeah. I think this is a part with the line where she's like, when I forget who said it. I think it was Nick Cage. No one ever thinks clearly at the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why would you not think clearly?
I think he said that because then he later says like, "Oh, let's just do the plan that we had before we came to the airport."
Yes, that's right.
So
yeah,
I haven't tried this yet. How is it?
It's very good.
Yeah, I like it.
I can really taste the maple syrup.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So this is the Imperial. Smells like bean spirit. So that means that I think with this one they upped the maple and the vanilla and all that stuff.
Wait, is there another version?
Just a regular smells like bean spirit.
Oh, Imperial is the different.
I think that's what the story is with this one.
I didn't know if it was like Imperial looks like bean spirit.
No,
Imperial hears like bean spirit.
No,
like, I didn't know what word was the variant.
Imperial.
Okay. It's good. That makes more sense.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Put that shit on pancakes.
Actually, yeah.
Oh man.
An ice cream maybe? Or would that be too sweet?
Put this with ice cream? Yeah.
Put some like vanilla?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I would.
Oh man.
When are we doing the breakfast episode?
Is there a breakfast themed movie that Nicolas Cage is in? The Breakfast Club 2 starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God.
That'd be pretty great.
Oh, can you describe the ruckus?
I'm back from my internship. Even though I'm 40.
Yes.
So she was pretty convincing, like giving Nick Cage a reason to stay.
What else is that girl in?
It's that's Taya Leone.
Is that her name?
Yes, and I think she was in some sitcoms. Maybe
She
I
looked
don't remember.
familiar.
But she was. Yeah, she's been in some stuff.
That's something I should be looking up right now.
If you would like, I remember making fun of her like when I was younger, just calling her Taya Baloney. So that's a memory I have.
Kids can be so cruel.
Yeah, but I would just say it to the screen. So I'm like, oh my God, Taya Baloney in your face.
Take that.
And so
You're on TV. And
so she's listening right now. I'm sorry I called you Taya Baloney. Feel bad.
starred in television sitcoms Flying Blind, The Naked Truth. Breakout roles in Bad Boys. Also, female lead in films including Deep Impact, The Family Man, Jurassic Park 3, and
Deep
Fun
Impact.
with Dick and Jane.
Yeah. Yes. She was in those.
Yes, I don't disagree. I think in this, it's pretty much, well, after the whole airport scene, it's like where we're seeing Nicolas Cage's kind of like new life. Because he
13 years later.
Yeah,
Yes.
13 years, he decides to get on the plane
He goes.
to London for his internship. And I think it's like pretty much right away where he's like reading a newspaper and like someone calls his name and did he like look really derpy? Like,
Yeah. He always seems to look derpy now. In
Yeah.
like the beginning of his movies. Like the first time you really see him starting to actually do whatever. Because I don't call it the airport thing because they were in like a scene, but when they actually cut to him and he just like looks at the camera, it's very, it's my favorite. I love the derp. It's so nice. What was so wrong with his life?
Nothing.
He had a Ferrari.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, why did Don Cheadle decide that he needed to make him like see a glimpse?
Because I think Nicolas Cage was basically telling him like, "Oh, you need to fix up your life." And he's like, how can you say that?
Yeah, he's like, I have everything I need, and he did. He had everything he needed. He wouldn't have if he wouldn't have done the glimpse.
But he didn't have true love.
Yeah, but he probably had millions of dollars.
Right. By prostitutes.
Well, that one chick, in the beginning when he met that one woman, and
Yes.
he's like, "Oh, I want to see you again." So
Yeah.
it seemed like he could have had a relationship with her.
Right, because they do the reveal. It's like, oh, it's probably her. And like,
Yeah. So, poor Nicolas Cage. All he wanted was his Ferrari and millions of dollars, and wanted to be Mr. Wall Street.
When like after the 13 years later, it opens up with him like getting out of bed with the prostitute, I think. And
it's gonna be really funny if she wasn't a prostitute.
Yeah.
That whore. Lie.
well, and they mentioned that it's either Christmas that day or the next day it's Christmas.
Christmas Eve, and he has everybody coming into work.
Right.
But Nicolas Cage goes, "Oh, if that's the case, I'll pour eggnog over you." I was like, "That's gross."
Yeah.
I already don't like eggnog.
Yeah.
Eggnog, it's a very thick.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had eggnog.
Last Christmas is when I had it.
That would make sense.
I always have like a small glass of it with some brandy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very, very tasty.
Is that what people usually put in eggnog?
I believe.
Brandy?
Yeah, I believe it is brandy. Yes, it's very good. It's the only time I'll drink eggnog.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is eggnog?
Nog with egg in it.
I hate you so much.
I'm trying my best. I really don't know. No idea what it is, but it's like not a syrup consistency. It's just a very thick drink.
Right.
Like when you drink it, like it'll leave like a film of eggnog when you drink it. But that's why you add the brandy. You add brandy to it, and it
You're too drunk to realize.
it thins it out. It thins it out. And so it's
And brandy's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah. So it gives it a nice little kick. Very tasty.
Doesn't McDonald's do like an eggnog shake?
I believe so.
I feel like
I wouldn't try that. No. McDonald's isn't very real.
no, not really.
Oh.
It's a Ja Rule song, right?
What the one?
No,
Oh.
not real. Yeah. Indigestion, yes.
Yeah. Probably. What was Ja Rule here? What's going on?
The audience,
Man.
listeners are gonna be really confused. Oh shit, they got Ja Rule to talk about the Family Man.
I think. Go ahead.
And also after the prostitute leaves, he starts singing opera in his underwear.
Yes, he's starting to do like a lot of Italian stuff in his movies, like singing like Italian songs or opera in his
He's
movies.
singing a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And doing air guitar
Yes.
to opera.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I think his secretary has the worst haircut.
Yes.
Looks like Marcy Darcy, kind of.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
From Married with Children.
Yeah.
The Neighbor.
The Neighbor. Remember, she was married to that one guy, then she got divorced
Well,
from
first
him.
it was Steve, and then it was Jefferson.
Yes. Yeah.
It's also around the scene. The credits say music by Danny Elfman.
Oh,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because I really didn't like the music in this.
Yeah, I wasn't. It's the music was very It's a Christmas movie, so of course it's going to be very Christmassy type.
Yeah, it's not the typical Tim Burton dark whatever.
So I've never seen the movie, and so this movie,
yeah.
And I'm just like, wait a minute here. Are they gonna do one of those? Now he's gonna have his different life. I'm like, I'm just like, please don't let that be this kind of movie, please. And it was, and I'm like, okay, I only have like an hour and a half left of this.
Oh boy, this movie made me realize we are definitely apparently in the block of Nicolas Cage films that are all over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's what it seems like.
This movie spoiler alert, next week's episode is like, fuck. Dude, they're both over 2 hours.
It bums me out so much too, because it's like, fuck, I have things I gotta do.
Well, and like, I guess I wouldn't mind it as much as if it was 2 hours and there was stuff actually going on.
Yeah.
So far in these movies, it's been long, but there's been just stuff that doesn't matter. I feel like
there's been a movie or two where it's 2 hours, but it went quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I felt that way about Gone in 60 Seconds. Granted, I'm a car guy. But
And I think
it was an 8mm went by very quick for me.
8mm went by at a decent speed.
Yeah.
I forgot how long like Con Air and The Rock are, but those seem to move pretty quick.
Yes, yeah. Well, because there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
For like the Family Man until he wakes up, and all of a sudden he switched bodies. Whoa!
Yeah.
Or when he went to a different timeline, whatever. Ugh.
So because what is it? So after like he like has his little board meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, what is he? What is his job?
He's like an executive for like a financial company or something like that.
Right.
He's a big banker type.
Brokers and
Well, he works on Wall Street.
Yeah.
So after he has that meeting, that's when he goes to that convenience store, and that's where Don Cheadle is like trying to cash out a lottery ticket. And like the guy behind the counter, he's like this very stereotypical Asian. He's like, you go now.
Yeah.
He's like, man, this ticket's real.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to take the ticket. And then Nick Cage is like trying to like, calm down the situation.
Well, the
like,
guy pulls out the gun first,
right.
and then Nick Cage goes up to him and is able to talk him out of
shooting up the place.
Yeah.
So then, finally, he talks down.
Don Cheadle, he just doesn't look like a tough guy.
No.
So for him to have a gun, and he's gonna like kill somebody. I'm just like, Don, no, you're not gonna do that. And he's like, I know.
So after like they walk out of the convenience store. Yeah, Nick Cage is like, he's like, you should really evaluate your life. You can really turn things around.
Yeah, let's talk turkey.
Yeah. Does he say that?
Yeah, like 2 times.
But yeah, he's like, everybody can better themselves in some way or something like that.
Yeah.
And John Cheadle's just like, he's like, well, what can you do? He's like, well, I don't need to. I have everything I need.
Yeah.
He's like, you missing the whole point.
Yeah.
Shazam!
Exactly. He's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
When you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah,
but he is.
he's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's no Christmas themed stuff in this. He's not an angel or anything. Because I think it'd be cooler if it was a sorcerer.
Skipping ahead, kind of. Was there any significance to the bell?
No.
Because for the listeners, Don Cheadle gives Nicolas Cage a bell.
Yeah,
like a bicycle
bell. Yeah.
But like it didn't. It wasn't one of those things where like once he rang it, like he went.
I'm here.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense.
It's not like you ring it, you go to the parallel universe.
Don't say homo's penis.
See, it would have went that way. Yeah. So that whole interaction is done, and then he wakes up. He goes to sleep and he wakes up and then he's.
But he doesn't wake up where he went to sleep.
Where does he wake up?
In New Jersey?
Yeah.
Or no, was it?
Yeah, it was in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So he wakes up and then he
freaks out. It was on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
He freaks out. He's got he's married to the woman, to Taya Baloney, and then he's got 2 kids, a dog, and he freaks out and he leaves and he goes to his office.
Yes. No.
Didn't he go to his office first?
No, the hotel first. Or I mean his house first.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They were like, oh, we don't know who you are. Like, get out of here. You know, and then there's a lot of get out of here. And then the sorcerer shows up again in the Ferrari.
In his Ferrari.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage's Ferrari.
Yeah. And so they have a big talk. And I didn't understand. Like, there was no explanation given to why this was happening.
Or was it?
Nick Cage, he says, why is this happening to me? And John Cheadle's like, yep. He's like,
I told you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why is this happening? All right. Okay. So yeah, I still don't know why it happened to him. What, you can try to, no.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's the same fucking rules as
Freaky
What a
Friday?
Wonderful, no, Freaky Friday. We're switching bodies. It's a Wonderful Life. It's just, you know, like, hey, this is what your life could be, but you got to change some things.
This.
But what did he have? He didn't have to change a thing though. His life was perfectly fine.
He didn't have true love. To blame.
He was
to blame, which means to bluff. Liar! Liar!
Yeah, we should talk about that movie instead.
Yeah.
He said to blame. Such a good movie.
A little extra mutton on that.
It's chocolate to make it go down smoother. The snow falling actually does symbolize.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I was going to say the taglines. Or the plot keywords.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I'll just do everything. So, one, the snow falling symbolizes changes in Jack's life as an homage to It's a Wonderful Life.
Aha!
So,
To blame.
You told me.
Yep.
plot keywords. Again, if this is your first episode, we go on IMDb, and these plot keywords supposedly tell you what the movie is about.
I am the Boot Squad.
Christmas. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Angel.
Nope.
Sorcerer.
Nope.
God dang, I was so hoping.
Parallel universe. Which, yeah.
Wormhole.
Oh.
Donnie Darko. Career man.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wall Street.
No.
Just spit everywhere.
4K. Reflection. Reflecting on his life, I assume.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
I thought
there's mirrors.
I'm like, there weren't any mirrors in this movie.
And crisis of conscience. Oh, tagline? One of the shittiest ones
Oh,
ever.
boy.
What if?
Yes, what if? What if this didn't get made? Or what if I didn't
what's
watch
the other
it?
really shitty tagline we had recently? Was it The Rock or something?
No, from
from the director of Taxi Driver.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What movie was that for? That
Bringing
was
Out the Dead.
Yes. It's pretty
It was lousy.
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So he wakes up in this alternate life. Goes to his high-rise apartment, whatever.
Yeah.
No one recognizes him. Then he goes to his workplace and he's like, "Oh, I'm the president. See you right there." And he goes to the directory and it's some other guy.
Yeah.
It's Mintz or whatever. That one guy who looks kind of strokey.
Yeah.
He's from some other things
He's
too.
been in some other. Yeah.
Are you talking about Donnie from
Yeah.
Frasier?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
That's how I knew him.
Yeah. I like him. He's a good actor.
So then he finally goes back home, and his wife's just like, "Oh, where have you been on Christmas
How
Day?"
long was he gone?
Yeah, I mean, it must have
It
been
seemed like all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Because if he lived in New Jersey, he went to New York. So,
Yeah.
that'd probably take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was all butthurt, but then they had to go to the Thompsons party or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, when did he talk? Oh, but when did he talk to
already went
Jeremy,
to Jeremy Piven's.
who looks a lot like Dave Matthews?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Remember when his bus stopped over the Chicago River and let out a bunch of
Dropped all the doo doo on everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
It's been-
Didn't happen to me, so that's why it's funny.
It didn't happen to me, so it's funny.
I like the part where the kid, suppose his daughter, just takes the bell. He's like, "This is my bell now."
Yes.
He's like, "Thanks for the gift." He just walks away, and he's just like, "But that's mine." Like, no. Like she talks to him like she's an adult. It's like, no, that's my bell. Could you stop her, please?
Well, the funny thing is, so really quick. Also, when you're rich, I guess you wear turtlenecks. That's something that I picked up on.
I didn't notice that.
Oh yeah, all the rich people were wearing, or many of them were wearing turtlenecks.
you gotta keep your neck warm when you're
I mean,
rich.
it was wintertime in New York.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't wear a turtleneck. I'm not rich, but still, I mean,
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah.
You just
Like one day you're gonna hit the lotto. These turtlenecks. Your closet's filled with turtlenecks.
Just gonna be Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
but when he gets that bell and he finally gets back home, and he's like arguing with his wife. He takes out the bell and he rings the bell and he starts looking around.
Yeah.
And the wife's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty funny. It's good. That makes me laugh. But yeah, so they go to the Thompsons party or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy so I think he was having like triple bypass.
Yep.
Remember where that guy's from?
I will say Home Alone, but that's not right.
No.
Wow.
Heavyweights.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever.
But you've seen it.
I think. Is it the one with the camp?
Yeah, the fat kid camp.
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Stiller.
Yeah, okay, I kind of
Probably one of
remember
his
it.
better roles,
yeah, I kind
actually.
of remember it. But it's been so long though. I'm sorry.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I like the when the kid thought he was an alien, and he's like, your dad's fine. He like tells the kid, and the kid's like, she's like, okay, like I'll buy all
The
this.
kid's like, "You're not my real dad, are you?"
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh God,
it's kind of funny.
That poo shot.
Oh, that was gross.
Oh, when he has to change the diaper,
Yeah, it's pretty.
dude. It's so nasty, dude.
Kids are gross, man. It's so disgusting.
That the daughter though, not a terrible child actor.
No. She,
Dude, this is probably like the child that I've hated the least out of everything that we've seen so far.
Well,
that's including Bruno Mars.
and it's pretty great
Bruno
because
Sanchez, whatever his name is.
she, I mean, because she was basically, she didn't really say much, which is a bonus for a kid in a movie.
Right.
No, she had a few lines.
Well, she had a few lines. That
Did you see how I just totally switched there? I'm like, yeah.
Well, the
Real
lines,
turncoat, see?
the lines she had, they were okay.
Yeah.
And she just kind of was like very standoffish throughout the rest of it. So I'm just like, that's perfect.
Well, yeah, she's like, God, don't be late for ballet class.
Yeah. And she was just like giving him advice. It's very good.
Also, the trivia after he actually I forget when it is, but basically like when the minivan dies, like Nicolas Cage gets in the minivan and dies. That was improvised. The minivan wasn't supposed to die.
wow.
It wasn't supposed to die, but it did. So the doctor's like, "Oh, leave it in."
Perfect.
Which is actually has similarities to Gone in 60 Seconds with Eleanor dying randomly.
Oh,
So
do people do Christmas parties? Like, is that a thing?
yeah,
I've only ever been to like work Christmas parties.
I don't think I've been. Well, no. I think when I worked at Lifetime Fitness, they had a
You
Christmas
worked
party.
at Lifetime Fitness?
Yeah, for a few years. I was a child center supervisor.
Oh.
People left their kids with me.
Yeah, so I don't like that at all.
Dude, it was
how
pretty.
old were you?
I was early 20s.
Oh,
Yeah, 21, 20. Every Saturday I get super drunk and I go in Sunday morning with the horrible hangover. And I have the kids all sit down like we're watching football. And I'll sit and I make them watch football. It was great.
So like a ball pit? Like what's there for kids to do?
Okay. So when you walk in, there was one room with computers, so you could play computer games. Sweet. And then there was another room that had like a small wall where kids couldn't climb over. I mean, they could, but they're not supposed to. And then you let them in there, and it has a bunch of like those toy houses you can they walk into. Right. Those cars they can ride in. A bunch of just toys. A smaller room for where the infants would go. A huge TV. A bunch of VHS movies.
VHS.
Oh yeah.
No fooling.
No fooling. And then in the back there was video games. A table for like homework.
What system?
Nintendo 64, I believe.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And then there was one of those, remember Discovery Zone where you can climb in the stuff in the tubes? We had we had a smaller version of that. And then behind all that was a gym, like a kid-sized gym though. So all the basketball hoops were lower. So like when we go back there and play with the kids, it'd be like the two like Lifetime Fitness employees versus all the kids. So like they dunk on them and everything like, oh, your face. Make ourselves feel good.
Nice.
By making sure kids aren't feeling
Hell yeah, put them in their place.
Exactly.
Make them realize failure
There's
really
even
quick.
bathrooms in there for the kids, like kid-sized bathrooms. Like you couldn't use them as an adult.
Sounds like a wager to me.
Well, there was one time on I think it was a Saturday. No, it was a Sunday because I think it was 5 o'clock was when it closed, and it was coming to the end of the shift, and. You have to go around when everyone's leaving and clean everything. So usually we get a head start on it. So we would clean the bathrooms like 15 minutes before it was closing just and be like, okay, ask any kids that had to go. Well, I walk into the boys' bathroom, getting ready to clean it, and a kid must have took a man dump. Like it was unbelievable. It was one big, it was like I'm like, you know, like it's probably like
For those of you listening,
it's unbelievable.
He's holding like a 12-inch size.
It was unbelievable.
Like
so of course I'm like, this is insane. So I leave. I go grab all the girls because I was one of the few guys that was in the child center working. So it's a lot of girls that were doing the job. So I'm like, you have to see this. And they're just like, what? I'm like, I tell them what it is. They're just like, no way. I'm like, go. They go in there. All I hear is coming out of the bathroom. And the only boy that was there was this like 7, 8 year old little boy. And I looked at him and I gave him a thumbs up. I don't know if he knew why, but I was like, good for you, man. It was intense. It was intense, man. For that to come out of a little kid, it was unbelievable. Oh my God, good job.
I've been holding it for a while.
He must have. It was, I'll never forget it because it was so shocking. I'll never forget it. Like on my deathbed, I'm like, don't you forget
that 8-year-old boy took a huge shit.
Oh, I got some stupid stories.
Hey, you do you, man. Nick Cage is in a bowling league.
Yes, he is.
It's not very good.
No.
Well, I guess he is good.
But in this life,
this
in
life,
this alternate, this parallel,
he's not
universe,
good.
He's not good.
Yeah, it seems like plays bowls. And he hangs out with his family, like that's his life.
Oh, because he's a tire salesman.
Yeah, he sells tires. Like that's really it with his life. But his wife tells him he loves it, so he loves it.
Sorry to go back. A few things. So when the girl asks, "Are you my dad?" or "Are you my real dad?" she says it while like she's playing on a jungle gym like playset in the backyard. But after she says that, she like gets down from the playset, but does it like super like creepily.
Oh yeah,
it was like super slow, like.
I don't remember that.
And there's the part in the room when she's like walking with her hands against the wall, like, and she's like very slow, and then she picks the stool up and puts it in front of him super slow.
Yeah,
and I'm like, is she about to punch him or something? Like, but no, she's just like, but the aliens did a good job, like touching his face.
That weird. And at that Christmas party, there's the one neighbor woman or whatever that's like flirty with him, and I think it's him, Nicolas Cage, that he's like, he just says the phrase quasi-sexual witty banter.
Right. Yeah. It's, I just didn't care about that whole side plot there.
I didn't care about when she was eating the cake.
Oh, on the stairs?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's eating cake, and he's like, "No, it's my cake." And then he starts chasing her.
Playful.
I'm like, first off, cake is disgusting. So
we're not going back. Yeah, we get it.
Am I the one putting cake in movies? No, I'm not.
I'm okay with cake, but like when they're on the stairs and they're just like smearing it on their faces, I was like, no, that's gross.
Yeah. See? Gross. Yeah.
So yeah, because after that whole little scene, like on the stairs, like he like says something wrong or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So then she's like, I'm going to bed. So then he decides to like watch old, or like he's like going through like the
old VHS.
Yeah. And one says like Jack singing.
Yes. Lots of singing.
So it's like what's her face's birthday party, and like, you know, Jeremy Piven's like, you know, filming. What I didn't like him interjecting like every other sentence.
Yeah.
It's like, there's Barry.
Yeah. He interjects and he focuses on all the boobs.
Right.
It's like,
But it's him singing that La 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 La, it means I love you. It's a real song. It's like from the 70s. It's all right, Tom, whatever.
Well.
But yeah, so like Nick Cage is singing. It's actually Nick Cage singing. And I wrote, not a bad singer.
No.
Not great, but not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So, and I thought they would kind of go back to that well for some reason.
Yeah, they could have, but they chose not to. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Shallow and pedantic.
It might have been around the cake scene, but they start making out to Chris Isaac.
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird choice.
No, I feel like it's really played out.
But it's like, to me, that song's a bummer. It's not like a get in the mood song. It's just like, it's depressing.
I mean,
it's like making out to the song "Hurt" by Johnny Cash.
That's a buzzkill.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh no. Oh god. It's like making out to Layla. Oh no, not Layla. Tears in Heaven.
Oh, or that Sarah McLachlan song?
Angel?
Yeah.
As featured in the song City of Angels, or as featured in the movie.
That's right. Yeah. When's the anniversary? It seems like the anniversary for them is like the day after Christmas.
It's very close.
Yeah, very close. And then she, because he wanted a suit. Remember when they were shopping?
Yeah.
And then he wanted this suit, and everyone's like, "Oh,
the
it's so good."
$2,400 suit.
Yeah, it's crazy. And is that the suit she bought him?
No. She said she went to an outlet mall.
Okay.
And got some.
That's right. Yeah. I was kind of watching, but also like I would kind of look up around because I'm like, oh, please let's just.
He did have a pretty good freak out when he was trying on the suit, though.
Yes. Yeah. There was the little bits of freak out here and there, but not a lot
in this movie.
Yeah.
When he's trying on the suit, though, I realized, it's a genuine Nick Cage freak out is when he does this weird because he's trying on the suit and he's getting mad at his wife because obviously he's not in the Ferrari high living lifestyle anymore. He's this family man, but he just does like this thing like I don't know, Shakespeare or Macbeth thing.
Okay, so he gets the suit for the anniversary. And then, of course, he forgets because he doesn't know, and so she gets very huffy over it. And then his daughter is like, yeah, I should have told you. I'm sorry. Which I thought it's kind of like she's like there to back him up, like to help him out. He's like, well, maybe I can get her some like diamond earrings or something. And she's like, you really?
Yeah.
It's like, you forgot.
Right.
He's like, the city? She's like, now you're talking. I was like, yeah, he is.
God. Yeah, so they go out to the city and have the big fancy dinner and stuff like that. And
the part of the restaurant where like he's like, oh, do you want to dance? And she's like, I don't think we can dance here. He's like, of course we can. Very romantic part. If I was in that restaurant and like I was the table right next to him, I would have felt very uncomfortable.
Right.
I'd have been like, I mean, there's a time and a place for these kind of things.
That's like, that's such an egotistical thing to do.
Yeah, it's like, who cares about these people? And did you see like the people like sitting and started watching them dance?
Yeah, and like even the piano player.
Yeah. I just,
Like he was just like one eyebrow raised away from like doing finger guns. Just like, fucking chill out, dude. Like, just play your fucking piano.
Oh man.
Yeah, so and I think it's after that night where like Nick Cage is all like high on life and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's finally been like, hey, I really do like this life. I don't miss all the money and stuff. And then he goes the next day, he's at his tire shop and he's wearing his shirt.
His tire shop.
Oh yeah, Big Ed's. Yeah, so he's doing that.
Which is what's her face's dad.
Yes. And so the car pulls in, or it has like a flat tire, and it happens to be
the
guy that owns that finance company, where he was the president.
Yeah.
So he lays out this huge spiel to him in his office about the finance stuff, and the guy's like, well, that was really awesome, but are you gonna fix my tires?
Right.
And now I'm thinking, okay, he's just nothing's gonna come about it, but it does.
Right.
He brings him in to talk to.
Well, he's like, yeah, you know your stuff. But he's like, well, what about my car? He's like, maybe you should bring in the car.
Yeah. So, and he meets that one guy.
Mintz.
Yeah. He meets him.
The now president who had his position.
When he's president, he's a very assertive, tough guy. Like, not tough guy, but he's just like assertive. He's like how Nick Cage was.
Yeah.
But in the original timeline, he's very like, oh, I don't want any confrontation kind of guy. So it was kind of cool to see him be able to do those two different roles very well. I liked him as an actor.
All right.
I like him. So, well, Nick Cage gives his whole like talking points to those two guys.
Yeah, because he's using how he knows. He's using his parallel life
information
for his advantage.
Yeah. So the owner loves him and everything, but the other guy's like, hey, you watch it here. You know, you're just a pet project.
Right.
But he gets the job.
Right.
And so he tries talking to Taya Baloney to come in and have the apartment, and she doesn't want any part of it.
Right. Yeah, because so basically Nick Cage brings his wife
Tony Baloney or whatever you fucking call it.
What's her name?
To this like fancy penthouse in Chicago. He's like, it's basically like, oh, that's for you.
New York.
Yeah. They live in New York. The thing is in, or they live in New Jersey.
Right.
The fancy places in New York.
Right.
And he's like, oh, we could live here.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, but the kids love
The
New
kids
Jersey.
and the school and all this.
Yeah.
So he's like,
It's
well,
a lot of fucking back and forth now I think about it. I'm kind of getting angry.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's all it is.
He'll sweep her off her feet like, oh, you're so beautiful. But then he'll fuck it up somehow.
yeah, that's all the movie
And then
is.
she's like, I forgive you. And she's
Yeah.
like, you're an asshole. You know, it's just, it's going back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then after that whole fucking, little argument, she's like, I'd be willing to trade my address and our kid's life, because I love you.
You know, what's so wrong with wanting to better your situation? I don't understand what her...
Well, it is being selfish
But
to uproot the family.
he's saying, he also said, too, we don't have to do this.
He did say that.
Yeah, but subconsciously he's like, hey, fucking do this.
Yeah. But he still wouldn't. I think it's both sides. There could have been some give and take. Because she could have, and they could have, their kids could have had a better life. They all could have had better lives.
But they were happy where they were.
Well, who knows if they could be even happier. That's why these kind of movies just don't really do much for me, because I always, no matter in life, I'm always thinking like every millionth outcome of anything. So when I watch these kinds of movies, I'm like, well, what about with this? I question it all. I can't help it. It's just how my brain works.
Right.
So when I see this stuff, I'm just like, ugh. But there could be so many different things that can happen. Just go to the one that looks like the best option and focus on that. And if that means you got to live in the city, but your kids are going to go to all these great schools and you're not going to have to worry about money ever again, you can still have the same life.
Maybe, like, she thinks those people are shallow.
Yeah, maybe she does. Maybe it would have been horrible. See, it's how my brain works. Can't help it. Drives me crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, God. I think the only movie like this that I really like, it was Scrooged, right? It was similar to this.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's funny. It's Bill Murray.
So, but yeah, otherwise he's kind of.
So I forget kind of with because I forget what like the final scenes were.
I mean, he has to get salt or something.
Yeah.
He goes to the store and Don Cheadle is like the clerk.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, I've got a wife and kids. You can't bring me back.
Don't change me back.
Before that, like they wake then it's like the following day and they wake up and like Nick Cage is like playing in the snow with the daughter and she's like, I knew you'd come back.
Yeah.
And he's like, and,
That's exactly how it went. Yeah. Which she says, I knew you'd come back. And then when he finally he talks to Don Cheadle and he realizes that he's got to go back to the other life, he like goes in her bedroom and says goodbye, but he's like, your dad will be coming back. Like, she already said she thinks you're your dad. Why do you have to say that, man? God. Unbelievable. I don't care. I'm just trying to find
Right.
I did like his brown coat.
That was a good coat.
All right.
Well then, thought we would have had something in common there. I mean, whatever.
Listen, I'm still sour about, what was it, last week when we both were supposed to say 3.25 and then you said 2.75? Yeah, remember that?
I did.
I do.
I was actually thinking about that more, and I do stick with the 2.75. I do. I'm sorry.
That time I spilled hot coffee on you?
I mean, if it's super hot, it's fine.
It's not. It's pretty lukewarm, but...
Then the movie's over, so great.
Well, no. Yeah, because then, he wakes up and he's back in his old life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, think about this. Those kids never existed.
Right.
The daughter.
Nothing existed.
All the attachment you had to that daughter, how great she was, how funny she was never a person. So enjoy that. Ripping your heart out.
What? Was it all a dream? Was it a parallel universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a dream. Which one? I said two options.
All of it. It could be all. I think it's left
a
to
dream
you.
in a parallel universe.
I think it's just left to you to decide what you want to be. Because it could be, you can use
Christmas
the Don Cheadle
Miracle.
thing. You can use he had a dream. You can whatever.
Yeah.
Wizard.
I like the wizard or sorcerer. That's my go-to. Jeez.
Wizard noise. Yeah, because then before this all went down, like, oh, Kate whatever her face left you a message, and he's like,
Oh yeah, at the very beginning of this whole movie.
He didn't even want to reach out to her. Like, oh, that's just my old ex.
And then he wakes up back in his universe, and he's like,
The Ferrari universe.
Right.
Yeah. And he actually uses like, didn't he use like the yellow pages or something, or like he had to call
The operator, I think he called
the
the
operator.
operator.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah, and then he like finds out where she lives, and she's moving to Paris, and stuff like that.
Because she's a fancy lawyer or something.
Yeah. Because she's still a lawyer, and the other, but she's for a non-for-profit lawyer.
Right.
So,
But yeah, so then this movie's super exciting.
yeah.
So she goes to the airport, and Nick Cage goes there, and he tries to convince her to stay, and she's like, like you don't need to apologize to me for like the college thing. Like we moved on, I moved on, you moved on.
Right.
Like
get
you don't have to
over it,
do this. Yeah. And it looks like she's gonna get on the plane. Then Nick Cage is like, "Oh, we live in New Jersey. We have 2 kids. Andy's awesome. The kid's kind of stupid."
Right.
And then she's basically like, "Oh, okay, let's get coffee."
Right.
So,
And then they roll credits while they're like, which was really weird.
Where did they get coffee? It's like the lights were off, but like
I assumed it was at the airport.
okay, it's the fact that like there's no lights on. I was like,
I thought
where
that was
are
kind of
they?
weird too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, got to be in the airport, but in like a dimly lit section that no one uses.
And then the ending credits song was pretty like pretty 90s.
Yeah.
It was Seal, right? I think it was Seal.
Was it Kiss from Mars?
No, I would have been a lot more happy.
Great. I love that song. Okay.
Trivia. At one time, Nicolas Cage actually owned the Ferrari used in this film.
Neat.
He sold it a year later.
Oh.
The scene where Jack gets back into his minivan doesn't start, wasn't supposed to happen, but they left it in. Let's see. Sorry. As Jack was bowling, he stated he jumped out of an airplane over the Mojave Desert. Nicolas Cage does that in Honeymoon in Vegas. With the Flying Elvises or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Flying Elvi.
Elvi.
And then in this movie. So Jack Campbell, that's Nicolas Cage's character in this. His life has changed after he makes a business deal over a lottery ticket, which is the same as It Could Happen to You.
Lottery ticket. That's a movie I enjoyed.
Yeah. Did I?
I don't know if you liked it or not.
Probably not.
And at one point, John Travolta was supposed to star in this movie.
What? I hate it so
Kate.
much.
That would have been so much better.
Budget $60 million. What do you think it made? It did well.
Oh, really?
210.
210? What the fuck?
210. Go big or go home.
I'll say like 75.
124.
Boom!
You are still wrong.
By like double.
It's fine.
Yeah, that was The Family Man. What would you recommend? Well, how's the beer? Bran Bran?
Oh, I liked it. It's very good.
How would you rate it? On Untapped.
I would give it a 4.25.
Wow.
Because I like when they try to do the maple syrup in beers. I've never found one that's hit the perfect amount. It's either too sweet or you don't even taste it.
Right.
This one is perfect for me. It wasn't way too sweet. You can taste the maple, and then it would just go away. It didn't stick around, and I thought that was very nice. So that's why it got the 0.25. Otherwise, it would have been a 4.
Damn.
So good job.
Microphone.
Yep. Microphone. It did it.
Brian.
I also liked it. I'm going to say 3.75 though, only because I think it was a little too mapley.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to go slightly above my usual 3.0.
Wow.
Here's the thing. It's good. I like how it tastes, but I couldn't see having like more than like a glass of it.
Right.
And it makes it like, I almost feel like you could, you know, like how like they usually do like half and halves with Guinness. Right. Like it'll be half Guinness and half like a Blue Moon. I feel like that would be an amazing beer to do like half and half with.
That's not going to work. It's got the...
all that syrups on it.
Oh,
Oh,
It did work. Is this number? Is this number 3 batch or number 4
I
batch?
don't know, dude. I couldn't tell you. Figure it out.
And would you recommend this movie? Bran Bran?
No,
Oh. And top 3 movies.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the movie.
Top 3 movies?
Top 3 movies: 8mm, Con Air, Firebirds, Valley Girls Taking a Step Down.
Wow.
Brian, would you recommend this movie?
Maybe it's like Our Mom, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Top 3 movies?
Con Air, The Rock, 8mm.
Damn. Both of you guys have 8mm. I would recommend this movie. I enjoyed it. Have had a few chuckles. Top 3 movies would probably be like The Rock, Vampire's Kiss, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
Maybe Firebirds. But I also realized there's also this like other top 3 list of movies where they're good, but it's like I don't know how, like if they're on TV, I don't know if I'd watch them again.
Right.
So like 8mm, that's how that is for me. It's like it's really good.
Yeah.
But because of the subject matter, it's like, I wouldn't put it on at a party, like for background noise.
Right.
And this movie's kind of the same way. Where it's like exactly like you said, I totally recommend it to like my mom, your mom, whatever.
Yeah,
Not your mom.
But she's a great lady.
Tough. Figure it out.
Oh, I can't wait till she watches this or listens to it. Or
She can subscribe to iTunes or YouTube.
Smack that like button.
oh god,
Sorry.
it's fine. I'm all a source now. I know what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
but yeah, so yeah, there's totally like there's starting to be like a few Nicolas Cage movies where they're good, and I suggest people watch them. But it's not like one of those movies I'd watch repeatedly. So for me, that's 8mm, and I'd actually put this movie in that list.
It's an all right movie.
Like I definitely recommend to watch it once.
I think you brought me down. You made me not want to recommend it.
I enjoyed it.
I just said
It's
the
basically
point. I went
the
to the
entire
points.
movie is Nicolas Cage. Hello, Nicolas Cage being constantly confused. That's what this entire movie is.
Yeah, and then like he does something good for his wife, and then she's happy, and then she's not happy, and then she's happy, and then she's not happy, and then Don Cheadle does his sorcery, and then he's back.
Wizard.
There you go.
But if you break it down like that, you can say that about any movie.
Break it down, dude.
Like, Speed. There's a bomb on the bus and they gotta stay fast. But then they get off the bus. I mean, you can break it down to anything.
Well, yeah, but in Speed,
Home Alone, kids, Home
something was
Alone.
happening.
What?
Something was happening in Speed. There was like action
There
to
was
follow,
things happening here. He had to go to the Christmas party.
which was stupid.
And the neighbor lady,
Jeremy
flirted.
Piven. He wakes up in the morning.
But doo-doo in Chicago. It sounds like Bill Cosby now. Rudy.
Pokemon! With the pokey on the mountain, the guy comes out and he goes, I'm going to ski.
That was The Simpsons. Yeah. That was great. Stupid Zexy Flanders.
Nothing at all.
Next movie. Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Or Corelli's?
Corelli.
Corelli.
Oh, okay. Mandolin.
It's Italian.
Yeah.
For my notes, I just put mandolin movie. So
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, we'll see you then in 2001.
The future.
I have to pee. Bye. Hey, this is Brian.
Chris.
Brandon.
We really appreciate you guys checking out the podcast, and we just want to say the only way that we can get more people to hear us is if you suggest us, recommend us, find us on iTunes, rate us 5 stars as always, put a positive review, and hopefully we can put out plenty more content for you.